All right, here we are ready to ground test my Wildman Punisher. Probably shouldn't have painted it before I did this, but I guess I can retouch up the paint if it scuffs itself up. But you can hear the dual altimeters chirping. They're ready to go. They are both, it's redundant, but it's both egg timer quarks. The drogue charge is 1.25 grams of black powder followed up by a 1.5 gram redundant charge, and the drogue charge, or sorry, the main charge is 0.7 with head-end dual deployment and a 1 gram redundancy charge. So we'll see. Turn this on in 3, 2, 1. All right, well, that was definitely powerful enough. And now I ruined my cushion. All right, so I got the rocket back here in the rocket room. We just did the Wildman Punisher ground test to make sure the dual deployment charges were sufficient. And one thing I noticed was that it looks like, let's see, this is the drogue side, this is the main side. So if you look, both main charges fired. They are black, and I can look in there, both E-matches have fired. However, the apogee charge, the drogue charges, one fired, this one, and this one did not, and you can see the difference in coloration from the tubes. And sure enough, if you look in there, I don't know if you can see that, the E-match is still good. So I got to figure out what happened there. Other than that, you saw the video in the beginning. We got good separation. I mean, it launched this nose cone right into the seat cushion for my sailboat, so I have to get that reupholstered anyway, so I guess it's not that big of a loss, but it is what it is. The Nomex protector did good. This one too. This one was from Wildman Tim. This one is from Valkyrie Recovery Systems. And this is an old 50-inch parachute I had from years ago from one of the lock kits that I never ended up using. So it all fits good in this nose cone here. Just kind of got to pack it in like a tight burrito. So let's take this apart and see what went wrong with that one charge. I was hoping they all would have fired. We got 3 out of 4 to fire instead of 4. So let's see exactly where, whoops, it's upside down. See exactly where we went wrong there. Pull this off. And I'm dropping stuff. All right, so try not to drop your stuff. There we go. See if we can get, all right, so pull this out. And I checked the altimeters already. It went to a simulated altitude of 2,246 feet. So not bad for testing. Let's see, we'll shut these off. We don't need them anymore. All right. So they are indeed, so this is my primary. That's what the P is for. This is the B for backup. And was it the backup charge that didn't fire? Or was it the primary charge? I had to figure out which one didn't. It was this one that did not fire. And this is the, let's see, which one is this one? Okay, this is the backup. So the primary charge fire, you saw it launched, it did real good. The backup charge did not fire. I have the backup charge set at apogee +1. And my understanding from Chris at Egg Timer, because these are both Egg Timer quarks, is that these are already scheduled to fire apogee +1 programmed from the factory. So when you put a +1 on the backup, it's actually apogee +2, technically. If you look at my video on my channel of my alien rocket, it's a Lock Athena. on an I-205, you'll see that it actually fires at apogee +1, even though it's not scheduled for the +1, it's the primary. So it makes sense that this would actually be technically, when you add another +1 second, it's gonna be apogee +2. I mean, it's plugged in. I'm not sure what the dealio happened. I'll probably retest this altimeter. The primary altimeter did great on both. It may just be the fact that, you know, ground testing that way with a vacuum is not the most accurate. So I don't really know. Maybe someone else can comment as to why. I thought maybe it would be unplugged, but it seems to be plugged. Or wait, did it come unplugged? Let me see. All right, sorry. Just struggling trying to find my little screwdriver here. Let me see, is this... Maybe this one came out. I checked all these E-matches. No, it was in. It seemed like it was in. For continuity, so I know for a fact it has continuity. Oh yeah, it was definitely in. It had lots of space. So I'll probably recheck that altimeter, even though I checked everything ahead of time and it was working fine, so I'm not sure what went wrong. But yeah, and these E-matches are the ones you get off of eBay from China, but I've literally been using these for 10 years and I've never had a problem with these E-matches. People say, oh, you know, whatever, but I mean, I've never had a dual deployment rocket fail yet. And most of my rockets aren't even redundant. So this is actually the first one I built with redundant deployment charges. So sometimes I'll use redundant motor eject charges. Like I'll do a motor eject backup for a main altimeter deployment. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever had an E-match not fire. And I know the continuity passed because I checked its continuity with the multimeter before I even set up the charges. But we can go ahead and check again. I got my multimeter, so I'll switch this to continuity. And let's see here. All right, so we know we're on continuity there. Let's bend these wires around. Touch one here. Yeah, and you can hear it buzzing. So why the E-match didn't fire, I honestly don't know. I don't know if the first charge maybe blew the cap off, or what. I don't know if you guys have any better idea or advice, but you can see the sulfur still on the match head and everything. So I'm not really sure at all what's going on. And as a matter of fact, if we even plug, I know this E-match is good. If we plug this in right here, it should fire right here in my hands. Let's see if we can plug it in this LiPo. Yep. Ah, scared the crap out of me. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, it's probably an altimeter issue, not a match issue. But either way, that's an attestament to using redundancy.